Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Are you okay? In your neck of the
When we dry them up, too cold. Now go too deep, you know. Yeah, you have to watch Joe, you know. Our troops, see there? Apple cider vinegar and our troops. Come up right, make them get saturated in the gravy and all of that. On today's episode of the Jamaican Cooking Journey, I'll be sharing with you a rice and chicken casserole dish. And let me pause here to say special thanks to my patrons. And if you would like to be a member of my Patreon, in the description of this and of my other videos and lives, there will be the link there. The description box is just right below the title of the video there. There is an arrow that is pointing down. Just click on that arrow and the description box will come right up to you. Now for this little dish, you know Mother's Day is in the air, and if it is that you want to make something for mom, this could be the perfect go-to. You're going to need 2 seasoned chicken thighs, lightly seasoned whatever way you want. You're going to need some stock. I'm doing for 2. This is a serving for about 2. Yes, I would think so. You're going to need some stock. This is some noodle stock. You could use beef stock and you could use chicken stock, your stock of choice. You could use coconut milk. Okay, you're going to need some chopped little herbs and veggies. And right here, I've got a little carrots. Some onions, a good amount of onions, a little carrots, and a little bell pepper. That is what I am opting to use. I have 2 eggs here slightly beaten. I am using some freshly grated mild cheddar. You could use whatever you want. I'm going to be using a little garlic powder. And right here, I'm going to be using some rice. This rice here, look at it. It is a rice that is pre-cooked. And when I say pre, it's not fully cooked. I rinsed it and I put it. It was like 2 cups. And when I say cups, I mean those rice cooker cups. That's the one I used. 2 of those rice cooker. You know, look, a rice cooker something. So what I did, I put it in some water and let it start boiling. Stir it around and it start boiling. And that froth come up to the top. I threw it off, rinse it off, and I left it overnight in my refrigerator. It's cool, so you don't want to hot rice. You know, so this is a serving for 2, so it's halfway cooked, because the casserole, we are going to be finishing it off in the oven. Of course, I'm going to be needing some firm frozen butter to grease my casserole. I have right on over here my skillet with a little oil, and I'll be just lightly browning off these 2 chicken thighs. I'm going to put them skin side down, and I'm going to be just like searing them off a little, giving them a little color, and 2, to get some of the liquid out of that juice out of the chicken. Now, what I'll be doing whilst that is happening, I will be putting my rice in here, and I'll show you. Let me get my flame a little bit up on this. So this is all your rice. This is not fully cooked. Okay? So I did this little prepping in the interest of time on this video. My rice is cool. My stock is cool. My cheese is here. My egg is here. I am going to be searing off these from one side to the other. And after I sear it, I'm going to be draining a little of the excess grease, and I'm going to be sauteing off these little veggies and herbs in the very same pot that I did my chicken in. I'm going to be adding some extra flavor from there into there. So when all of this chicken is at the point where I would like it, I return and show you how I'm going to put this little thingy thing together. So my 2 chicken thighs, one is bigger than the other one, but it doesn't matter. I sear them off. So we have some juice in here, a little grease and a little juice. So I'm putting in my onions. You can substitute, you can use whatever you want, but make sure you try to use a little chopped onions, or a reasonable amount of chopped onions if you're doubling up, if you're tripling up. I told you, you could do this for a single person in a small casserole. You could do it for a whole set of people. Get big casserole or different sizes. So I'm gonna get my flame up. So I'm gonna be sauteing this off, and I really like medium to high heat. This is gonna be like pre-cooked, and we are gonna use it to put in the rice. Okay, so I'm doing it like this. You see that moisture that is in there? Remember, we are going into the oven. The oven dries things out. We don't want this drying out. Remember, we have cooked the rice, I would say halfway or a little less than halfway. It needs moisture, and we don't want it going in the oven. We can't put it water in the oven. So you have got to have things that keeps it moist in the oven. So we're doing this for about, I would say about 2 minutes. Oh, we don't want it losing the color and all of that. So we're going to be doing it for 2 minutes. Leave it, take it from the flame, from the heat, and leave it to cool out. Okay? So we are going to do that, and then when we return, we're going to be ready to put the casserole together. So at this time, whilst we go off, putting the casserole together is not hard. It doesn't take long. So we are going to preheat our oven at 325, which works out to be about 165 thereabout Celsius. I'm going to be preheating on 325 degrees Fahrenheit, not 350. We need 325. Next clip. I am back. My oven has been set to be preheated. I'm putting a little bit of paprika at the top right here and leave it to set on the 2 pieces of chicken thighs. Just a little bit, leaving it to set a bit. Okay, that is, will provide or will aid it in a little extra color. So you're going to leave it on there and let it set a bit. Now, I'm going to be putting a little of this cool stock. This is still a little warm. So, I'm putting a lot like that in there. I am going to be adding, first and foremost, my 2 beaten eggs into my rice mixture. This is to help with some binding. If you want to put other stuff, you can go ahead. Remember, we have to get this in there with some moisture. I'm going to be putting in a little of the shredded cheese. Extra texture that is going to provide. Texture is what we are looking for. Now we want to fold in this here. Let's fold as we go. Look at this. Look at this pretty nice flavor. This rice is not fully cooked. So I'm going to be putting the rest of this in there. My casserole, heavily greased. And this is what I have. I'm going to be putting a little garlic powder. Fresh garlic could do the trick too, but it doesn't matter. So flavorful. I'm going to be putting in a little black pepper, which I did not take with me. So basically, this is my rice mixture. I'm not going to be adding any extra salt. I did boil off the rice in a little salt. The noodle stock is salty, and the what else in there with salt, camera girl? So I think that should do it. Yeah. So I am not a person for a lot of salt, but you can do you. So this is my rice mixture. Yeah, and as I said, you could do this for bigger amount of people. You want to get this all smooth off in here. Yeah, this is pretty. This is really cute. In camera, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see, you have some moisture in there. Not too much moisture, because you just want it to come out like a cooked rice. But you have to need enough when this oven takes it. Okay? It will be enough. You don't want it to flood the chicken with half cooked already. So let me show you now. Now, we're going to be moving our pieces of chicken thigh. So you see the paprika has been set on it. So you put one there. You don't want enough liquid coming up to boil the chicken. Why? Because we are gonna be covering this. So this is where we are at. I'm using a piece of parchment, and then I'm lining the foil paper with a piece of parchment. So you want to cover your casserole tight. Steaming will be happening inside there. We are gonna put this, I told you the temperature already, 325 Fahrenheit. Work out the Celsius if you're working on Celsius. We're gonna leave this excess cheese. We're gonna keep this in there for about 20 to 25 minutes. Then we are gonna remove the foil, top it off with the remainder of the cheese, and leave it to take color. So for this 20 to 25 minutes with this foil wrap and in the oven, the rice should be fully cooked and at the same time not dried out. When we are at that point, when we are going to be removing the foil, we'll come back. It's a beautiful little Mother's Day, and you could have just do it in a nice little thing at your house, and you just could have up and over. And then if you even do it at that time and you refrigerate it, you could just pop it in the microwave. Good to go. After that time, this is what it looks like. So we can't keep it too long from the oven now. This is it after about 25 minutes. So our cheese, I'm going to be putting cheese. I'm going to be using all of this cheese. We're going to be topping it off with this nice cheese. And you're going to leave it uncovered. You're going to leave it to let this cheese melt. And then, so you cover it with as much cheese as you like. If you're a cheesy person, you know some of us are cheesy more than some are. So we're going to leave it with that cheese uncovered at this point. Okay? So you don't want it to get too dried out, and you don't want it. It's not mushy though, you saw that. So we're going to put it in there back for another 20 minutes on that same 325. And then when we return, you'll see the finished look. You know, all this cheese is melted. And as I said before, if you have a cheesy person, go ahead and put more cheese. Suppose it's just like your mom alone. Perfect. This is our finished look. YouTube fam, the cheese has been melted. And you saw it taken to the corner there. Can show you it's properly set on top of the rice here. You know, so we are gonna try to see if we can take out a piece. It's properly set. We did grease our casserole. And we're gonna try to take out a piece. Let you see. Okay fam, just for a little, you know that green, you just bring that little look to it. From my kitchen to yours, from my Jamaican kitchen to your family table, to your plate, and most of all to your stomach. It is rice and chicken with cheese topped casserole. Try this for your Mother's Day. I know mom would be surprised. I know she would enjoy, and you do too. Please do enjoy. Thanks for the love, thanks for the support. Remember to make sure you're subscribed. Hit the notification bell. You know the norm. Press the option that says all. You know, in the description of this and all my other videos and lives, there are host and host of links, okay? Remember to support my merch. We have got our merch out there. We have got our PayPal. We have got our Patreon. We have got Zelle. We have got Cash App. Remember to be you, do you. Most of all, love you. Some of this chicken and rice casserole for Mother's Day.